was about to say Friday. I don't even know what day of the week it is after this this New Year's Eve holiday. But I am super excited because today I have a very special guest. Her name is Cheryl Young. AKA, I like to call her Auntie Cheryl because we're just like, we've become so close within our Speakeasy tribe. And she is a fellow Speakeasy ambassador with myself. And we're going to have a really, really awesome time talking about money, how to get more money confidence, having a good money mindset, budgeting, setting up some really great goals for the new year. Hello, Lori. How are you? So as you're tuning in, if you are watching this live, please say hey, tell me where you're tuning in from. This is our live podcast broadcast that goes live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern time. And so without further ado, let's introduce the beautiful Cheryl. Let's get her on here so she can talk a little bit about herself and what she does. Woo! Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you doing?
So well. Oh my gosh. And can I tell you, I had some of the sparkling wine from Wine Diva Tierra for New Year's.
Yay!
It was really good.
That makes me so happy. Okay. So I actually am going to open a Chardonnay right now because I felt like we're talking about money and money is like gold and Chardonnay is gold and kind of rich. And so it like all kind of ties in with like wealth and money mindset. So while I open this bottle, can you introduce yourself and tell everybody like who you are and what you do?
Okay, and I'm having sparkling water.
I love it.
Because I had a little too much over the holiday, so I am had to like slow down
Oh
to
yeah,
cool my jets.
it's a double fist. I always carry like my water with me. It's not always
Exactly.
wine.
And I love the sparkling wine, so I have to go sparkling wine, sparkling water. That's kind of the alternating I do. Exactly. So I'm Cheryl Young and I work full time as a CFO, but I got this idea to help people with money because I recognized that people got super uncomfortable talking about money. And I felt horrible when I could see the tension and the feeling that people got just tense and anxiety when they talked about money. So I studied money. I studied it in school. I studied accounting. I've done every finance job there is. And I realized that there's this gap between working with money and people really understanding money, and no one talks about it. It's a hard thing that people get uncomfortable talking about money. And so I wanted to create just a culture of talking about money and ways to make good decisions for yourself so that you feel good about your money and not have to have this kind of anxiety and be nervous or uncomfortable at all. So, and the way I did that was the Find Your Money Challenge, was to create a challenge because there was a lot of people that wanted to save money. And I created the Find Your Money Challenge where we could talk about money, how to save money, how to handle money, and you could find ways to do that without any pressure, because I didn't want anyone to feel pressure toward their money. So I love doing the Find Your Money Challenge because I see people get results, and it's the funniest thing. They give me credit and I am just really the facilitator. I just welcome them to make the best decision for themselves.
I love it. So I've definitely done the Find Your Money Challenge. If you've done the challenge, let us know below. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. Like you said, so many people sometimes it feels so uncomfortable talking about money. Like, how much money do you make? How much are you trying to save? Are you in debt? There are all these things that our culture really has just made it like a very taboo thing to talk about. And I love the way you approach money and you make it so fun. Like, I'm always like, finances suck, taxes, I don't want to talk about any of that things. I don't like math. No, but you make it so much fun and you give so many great tips. So I know that like the new year and resolutions, and we all have different things that we want to get better at in 2020. And I find that like money and like having some financial freedom and abundance is one of the top things that people really are striving for when they set up for your new goals. So what are some goals that how can they set good goals for themselves and make it easier for them to achieve them?
So it's all about the decision you make. So I first start with a mantra. And one of the mantras I taught in the Find Your Money Challenge was to care more and spend less. So that if you create a mantra like that, care more and spend less, you'll realize that you can do so much without actually spending money. There's times when you do have to spend money, but if you spend money with guilt and regret and any kind of discomfort that spending money, then it weighs heavy on you. So if you can be happy about what you spend, you won't have that weight. You won't feel bad about your spending. And you'll in fact feel good when you don't spend money because you'll know it's in your bank. You'll know it's okay to not spend the money. You won't be comparing yourself to anyone else. You'll just feel good that you did the right thing for you. So spend less and care more is the first to get that mindset. If you feel like you have to spend to care, it'll be counterintuitive. But if you know that you can care more and spend less, then you can go forward. And I know it's the top 3 New Year's resolutions is losing weight, um, saving money, and getting out of debt. Those are like all of the top 3 resolutions, which I think they're hard to do because if you haven't been able to do it now, you've got to change something to do it in the next phase. I always kind of use this word surrender. If I'm going to do a change in my life, I surrender to everything it's going to take to make that change.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just love your approach to it, like finding care. And, one of the things that you pointed out during your challenge was that not everything that you enjoy doing actually has a price tag to it. Like you can find free things to do. So can you give some tips, especially, I know, like you said, losing weight and finances kind of go hand in hand in New Year's resolutions. And then, when you think about like, I need to lose weight, you think about, okay, well, I have to join a gym and gyms cost money and da, da, da. So you gave some really cool tips on like how you could lose weight and save money. So can you share a little bit about that with us today?
I'll be happy because my number one tip for saving money and taking care of yourself, and it's one of your free luxuries, I think of as a free luxury, it's sleep. Like getting a good night's sleep or taking a nap. To me, that number one thing that you can do to sleep well and take a nap is a free luxury. Like who doesn't love how good it feels just to relax and take a nap? But if you get a good night's sleep, you're more likely going to lose weight because you lose weight during your sleep. If you ever notice at night, if you weigh yourself at night and weigh yourself in the morning, that's when you lose weight. When you sleep, your body restores. So all the good care you do during the day is when your sleep lets it go. But it's also one of the best luxuries that's 100% free that gives you a clarity and a good mindset is a good sleep. When you're tired, you make worse decisions. You just don't make clear decisions. And money loves clarity. So the things you do to keep a clear head help you make a clear decision, good decision about your money. So number one, I'm going to tell you everybody, the number one best thing you can do for yourself is get a good night's sleep. And if you're struggling to get a good night's sleep, there's breathing techniques, there's counting techniques, there's many ways that you can get a good night's sleep. Or if you wake up in the night and can't get back to sleep, one of my things I do is count backwards from 50 with really slow breathing. And so and you would never think of it's something we all do every single day, but if we do it well, we get great benefits.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And there's so many like good ways that you can get a better night's sleep. I like the breathing because, where there's breath, there is just so much more space and clarity. And inside the app that we are both part of, the Speaksy app, there is definitely some really fun like meditations. And there's even like some nighttime meditations and music in there. So if you're not in the Speaksy app, it's a free app. Definitely check that out because there's some awesome.
Definitely. There's even some exercises, and the more active you are in the day, the more likely you're going to sleep well at night. So having a good level of activity it helps you have a good night's sleep as well. I'm a big fan of a walk or a certain level of activity helps me. And I can be a night owl too. So I always have to watch out if I get a second wind around 9:00 at night and then I'm up till 2. So I have to be kind of careful myself because of that little second wind I get. I get a little night owlish and then it's not so good for sleep.
I know. Oh my gosh. One of my like New Year's resolutions is to make sure that I take 10,000 steps a day. And being able to do that has really helped like me sleep better, and it does
Yeah.
relieve stress, just like getting that body moving. And
Mhm.
I know one of the biggest things causes of stress is debt.
Yeah.
And so like, can you share some of your like tips? Because I feel like budgeting is a great way, like a little tool that you have in your handbag to help you with relieving that debt. So can you share some of those your budgeting tips?
Yeah. So budgeting, the first thing you want to do is get a handle on what you're spending money on. So in our challenge, I tell everybody one of the things you have to do is track your spending. You got to figure out what you're spending your money on. So I am a firm believer when you're going to take this journey, and especially if you want to get out of debt, you have to stop charging.
Mm,
You have to take what I say, take a charging vacation. Just take a vacation from charging anything for a good couple of weeks, just so that you get used to it. That eliminates from going into further debt. Then track what you're spending and see what you can eliminate, and
okay.
and apply what you eliminate towards your debt. Because there's so many things that you spend kind of mindlessly about, and you don't realize how much it costs. So I've told people, did you know that bottled water, is more expensive than gasoline? And when people realize that, you can take a water bottle and just not get the bottled water, always be hydrated, but spend less. So this is a simple thing you can do that you have no sacrifice
Mhm.
other than, one bottle, which a lot of places give them out promotionally. So you can literally get water bottles for free and put water in it. Have water available. Don't buy it. And yeah, put the cards in the freezer for sure. And then you start to find places that you don't have to spend. And what I have found is people in the challenge tell me that once they start saving, that they get better at it, that money likes to be saved. And once you get in a routine of that, then you have money to pay down your debt. And you get a double win because you're paying less interest and you're not having the weight of the debt. And
Mhm.
that's a big win to get away from some of that heaviness.
Yes, it all takes practice. Like it doesn't matter what it is, whether it is, relieving from debt, getting better at running a business,
Right.
getting healthier. It takes daily action and little small steps. And over a period of time, like think where you can be from day one to like the end of the year, day 365, or this is year the leap year, so 366 days this year.
Yes,
Like
more
how much
days.
better you'll be, like if you just make a 1% change every
Right.
single day. So, do you have any apps that you find that's helpful with, managing your money?
So there's 2 apps. Every Dollar and Dollar Bird are 2 apps that are great at tracking your money. It's an easy app to put money in there. You
Mhm.
can even connect it to your bank account if you wanna be that, regimented to know. I tend to collect receipts in a little, Ziploc bag and write it down on a little index card. I keep these index cards. I have them right here. I love these grid ones. I have these index cards that I put in my purse, and
Okay.
I just write down what I've spent, because some of it's just awareness. Awareness of what you've spent during the day, because you think it's small, but it adds up. I
Mhm.
mean, literally $5 a day is like in a whole year is like $1,500. Like $5 a day for the whole year, 366, is over $1,500. So you when you think of it that way, you don't it doesn't you what would you do with $1,500? You
Mhm.
could go on a cruise for
Yeah.
$1,500.
And if you didn't know, Cheryl and I are going on a cruise in a week, and we're so excited.
We're so excited. It's just it's thrilling to do something so different like that. But when you have a different perspective about the money, like $5 a day doesn't seem like a lot, but $5 a day in a year is a lot. And so you want to make the best choice for you. And especially the little things, the coffees and the teas and the things that you could absolutely bake at home and enjoy just as much, if not more,
Mhm.
in your own cup, and is better, and it's better for the environment. There's so many little reasons why to do that, and that when you start there, then you start to see like 10 more ways to save money.
I love
It's
that.
so
I love
cool. I know, Joanne, we can't wait.
that. So, how many rounds have you done of the Find Your Money challenge?
I've done 12. I've done one a month for the last year, and I love the challenge. The weeks that I do the challenge, I am on, like, my energy is 10x. Because the people in the challenge have fun and we share great ideas. And there's a couple of fun things you do in the challenge. I like to make some bonus points, which I'm inspired by Tiara for some of my bonus points. Someday
Oh,
I'm going to have people singing, but I can't exactly sing. So,
I love
but
it.
we've done the floss dance, we've done the TikTok dance, we've done different creative ways to have fun. And that is when you're having fun again, your mind is more clear
Mhm.
and you're more happy with what you have. And that makes sense. Or a couple of challenges I did cleaning out a kitchen or cleaning out a bathroom. When you think of where you spend money in your house, you spend the most money in your kitchen. So if you can clean out your kitchen and know where your money is going in your kitchen, you find ways to save almost instantly.
Mm.
Yeah, Kathy's been in everyone. It's so funny. Kathy's one of the ones that found $1,200 in one of the challenge. And everybody, there's a few people that have said they found money in every single challenge. And they did give me the feedback that in between challenges, they kind of slip off the tracks. But you know what? There's always another challenge coming.
And it's just like we said earlier, there's practice. So like you can't get like too hard on yourself if you get out of that rhythm. You just got to
Oh,
get
right.
forced to just like keep going. So what is the most that anyone has found in a challenge?
One person has found $30,000.
Woo! Ooh,
Yeah, one person,
$30,000. Amazing.
$30,000. Yeah,
That is amazing.
I was in shock when she did that. She found by being consistent and finding better ways to pay down her debt, she found a way to eliminate $30,000 of spending and debt. Yeah.
That's
You wouldn't even think it's there. You wouldn't even think it's there. And then all of a sudden what the whole goal. So I'll tell you one of the things that's key about this challenge. It's guilt-free, stress-free, and judgment-free. So if you join the challenge, you do like I want you to participate at whatever you feel comfortable with. So you can do the post where you get the bonus points and you can win by getting all the points. And I give $100 gift card at the end with the person with the
yeah.
most points. But you can also win by showing up to the last Zoom because I do a raffle. And then I do one post where where you post your money aha. And if you post that, then you're in a drawing for a winning. So I get a lot of people that apologize for not engaging or not posting. And I do not want anyone to feel like they have to apologize because whatever you get from the challenge is meant for you. And I don't ever like, I love that people just, I go live every day with a different idea about money. And that if that's all you need, that's all you have to do. I don't ever want anybody feeling like any pressure because money has a little bit of pressure already.
Oh
So
yeah.
in the Find Your Money Challenge, it's pressure free. So if you just watch the videos or if you just read a post, that's enough for me. If it's enough for you, is kind of my mentality about it. And there's people that have been saved. Like I remember one person saved just by making her own chai tea. She saved $750 just
Whew,
by making her own chai tea
that's
instead of buying it.
yeah. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
And it was
Little things,
better.
it all adds
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it adds up so quickly. I know Kathy found $1,200 where she counted the coins because one of the things I said is if you look around, save your coins and count them up and they add up. And she had $1,200 in coins in her house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh. Yes. I think that my mom did something similar when I was a kid. She like just threw coins and change and stuff into this bottle.
big
And I think when I
bottle.
was 18, she just like dumped it into the thing. And it was like, I feel like it was close to like $2,000
Yeah.
worth of coins. And you don't really think about it as you're just like throwing that change anywhere, but that
Right.
can add up.
It definitely can. There we go. It definitely adds up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I had a question and it just like flew out of my brain.
So I can share that I'm going to be posting a webinar on how to pay down your debt, a
Yeah.
free webinar. I went through kind of a couple of ways to look at your debt and pay down your debt as fast as you can. And so I'll be coming out with a free webinar here in January for people to, if you've made a New Year's resolution around paying down your debt and you want support, one, the Find Your Money Challenge helps you for sure. And it's 100% free. Plus, I'm going to have a web.
Uh-oh. We lost her there for a second. There she is. She's back. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that.
Yes. And I have the free webinar for paying down your debt because I really want people to have the tools they need to get started. I think this 2020 starting a great decade is amazing. So this year is a great year to get your credit card debt gone or any student loan debt or mortgage debt, any one of those. I'm going to talk about how to pay down your debt. And that gives you some freedom, gives you some breathing room to do some other things. So
yeah,
I think it'll be fun.
That sounds amazing and a great stress reliever. I just remembered my question. So how are there any tips that you have to make people feel more comfortable talking about money, since it's such a hard topic? And I feel like there's a lot of embarrassment that is surrounded by finances.
Yeah. So the first person that you have to have a really good conversation about money with is yourself. So you've got to kind of come to your terms with who you are, where you are with your money, and just say, this is who I am, and I'm going to figure this out. So that first conversation allows you to have many more conversations, but getting so that you trust yourself to do a good decision is you got to encourage yourself to do that. And if you don't encourage yourself, find me, I'm going to encourage you. Then the other really important discussion to have is with your spouse or significant other, because there's a lot of marriages end in divorce because of arguments around money.
Oh yeah,
and
that's like the number one thing.
Yeah, it breaks my heart because what if you found the love of your life and you didn't stay married because you argued about money? That is heartbreaking to me. So I think that it's really good to have a good discussion about money. First of all, when you love each other that much, you're going to find a way to compromise or figure out what's the best way you're both going to handle money. But you just have to talk about it. Even if you have to keep your money separate, if you put your love first and that you'll talk about the money, you'll figure out the rest of that. My husband and I have talked about money for a long time, and sometimes we go in spells where we don't talk about it, but it's never ends well. We adore each other. So I find the courage to talk to him about money because he's so important to me. So we have those discussions, and I'm a spender. Let me tell you, I can spend and I can save.
That is awesome. And I think that brings me to, we were talking a little bit before we went live. Like I just saw this amazing sale pop up on my phone. I got a notification about it and they were like, oh, limited time, they save 60%. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta spend all the money. And I'm like, no. But you gave a really good tip on like when stuff like that happens, so that you don't feel like you're sacrificing and lost, but you still are saving money. So can you share a little bit like what that tip was?
Because I was an impulse shopper. Like I was very much an impulse shopper. Like I would jump on anything, and if I had the money in my pocket, I would spend it. And what I found is my big rule is to wait 24 hours. If there's something I want, I just say 24 hours, I'm going to wait and not spend it. But what you had happen was kind of had a time limit. Like this was a flash sale where things were going to be on sale only till midnight, and nothing makes you want to like hit the button and buy things like a deadline like that, right?
Right.
And so what I do is I put things in a cart. Like if I want a sale like that, because I'm a shopper, I'll see things, and especially if it's a shop I love, I will put the things I want in a cart, and I will literally take my phone and turn it over. I'll put the things I want in the cart and turn my phone over and not look at it for at least 10 minutes. I'll 10 minutes, let my brain calm down and know what I really want and feel good that I can make a good decision for myself, and then go back and look at the cart. And if there's usually a bunch of things I put in the cart that I don't really need or didn't love, take them out, and then you end up spending a lot less when you just hesitate enough to say, do I really love this?
Mhm.
Because I am guilty. I am guilty for many pieces of clothes, many jewelry that I've bought that I wore once and never again. Yes. And if that is right, I had clothes in my closet with tags on because they were on sale.
Mhm.
And honestly, I really did not need if that still has the tag on it and I didn't wear it, I didn't need it. So I tend to not shop for I shop for clothes like twice a year. I don't buy them consistently, and I only look for what I really need and want. And I definitely look for higher quality because then it lasts longer.
Oh, yeah.
And if it fits, I love wearing it. And so it is either something I absolutely love or I don't buy it. I don't need it. I give myself this like, unless you absolutely love it, Cheryl, then don't buy it.
Mhm. Mhm. Ooh, I love that. I love that tip. That's amazing. So, is there anything else that you would want to leave with our audience tonight?
So I do have a course coming out, the Worry to Wealth, because I feel like you get the best benefit if you put this all together. So I
Mhm.
created a course that helps you put it all together, and it's on pre-sale. So if someone's interested in the pre-sale, definitely message me, message Tiara. She'll get me in touch, and I will send you a link. And if you're super interested, I have a discount code. So if you want that through the pre-sale special to Tiara's audience, I have a discount code special that it's a 5-week course. It takes you through a whole month of your activities. It's got weekly Zoom coaching calls so that you can stay on track, and it's group coaching so we can answer the questions and help learn from each other. But I want you to have a whole system to get a handle of your money once and for all. So you go from worry to real wealth, and you feel like you're always going to be able to talk about money when you have to, and you're not going to be afraid. I know that I learned, sometimes people are afraid even to ask how much something is.
Mhm.
And, uh, and I've said, you know what? No one's gonna stop you. So when you get a system that allows you to say, "I'm gonna be able to ask questions because 'cause I'm curious," it's the best thing ever. It's the best thing to make your decisions based on real information and not just guessing.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that
Oh,
is on presale. So that's available. I have that available for your audience.
oh, thank you. I'm so excited. This is awesome. You've been awesome. So, thank you so much, Cheryl. If anyone has any questions, I do recommend reaching out to either one of us. I call Cheryl like the CFO of my life because she's just such a wealth of knowledge. She's so much fun. She makes money just so much more easeful. So, if you have questions,
Mhm.
I highly recommend that you reach out to Cheryl. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Thursday or whatever day you are watching
Yes,
and listening to
we don't even know what day of the week it is now, and the next time I'm gonna see Tiara is gonna be on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I'm so excited. All
So
right.
excited. So thank you so much, Tiara. Mwah.
Mwah.